Each course has a gradebook unique to itself. So every course you have within a Moodle will have a gradebook completely different from each other. So to set up our gradebook, we can go to the administration block and locate grades, which is under report. Once we click on it, it'll take us into our grade report. And over here on the left hand side, we can see everyone enrolled in the class, which right now I'm the only one enrolled in the class. Plus it'll show all the assignments in our course that have an associated grade with it. Here we can see these two that don't look like any icons for an activity or resources, and that's because I added those myself, and we'll get to those in just a second. So if we go to categories and items, we can see all the activities and resources that have an associated grade with them. We can see chapter 1's worth 100 points, assignment number 1's worth 100 points, and discussion board number 1's worth 20 points. And these were pulled whenever we created the assignments earlier. Here we have exam number 1 and exam number 2 worth 50 and 10 points. And how I got those in there is I simply clicked add a grade item. You can do this if you do any type of assignment that you want to be worth a grade that is outside of Moodle's activities or resources. So all you have to do is give it a name, and so we'll name this exam number 2. And we want the maximum grade for this one to be just 50 points. So once we've set those two values, we can click Save Changes, and now we can see it's added in our gradebook. And down here you'll see your course total is 330, and all it did was add up all the max grade items. And so when we go to full view, here it looks pretty much similar to simple view because we're in sum of grades, and what that will do, it will just add up all of these, and then whatever the student has, it'll add up all of those, and they'll just have to divide that number by the 330 to get their grade within the course. So if we go back to view, and these will pre-fill once the student turns them in, but for right now we'll just enter grades for them. So for chapter 1, we'll 98, 67, 15. And the yellow, when it turns yellow, that just means it's been overridden, and that's because you enter the grades in manually. Whenever they turn them in, it'll pre-fill so if they take a quiz, it'll automatically pre-fill with what they actually made on the quiz. But see, we can see that this person has a total of 330 points possible within the course, which is what everyone has, and they have a total of 270 points. So if we go to user report, this is what your students will see. If we select a student, so we'll select the only one in there, this is what your student will see. So if they'll have to take the 270 and divide it by the 330, and so they'll have an 81 within the course. Similar to sum of grades, there's simple weighted mean of grades, and this is a more flexible aggregation method and will fit the majority of the needs you have in your grading practices. So to set our gradebook to simple weighted mean of grades, all we have to do is in the aggregation box, change it from sum of grades to simple weighted mean. And here now we can see in our course total that we can change it. You'll want to change this to 100. You want this to be set to 100, so it'll take all the points the student has earned and add them up and divide it by the course total, and it will actually give them their actual percent instead of them having to divide it out. With simple weighted mean of grades, all items within a category are assigned a weight. The weight for each activity is equal to the number of points it's worth. So if it's worth 50 points, its weight is 50 points. So now when we go to view, we gotta click save changes. We'll go to view, and so now whenever we click on that user, we can see instead of having 227 points out of 330, they have an 81 within the course, which is the exact same as they had before. It just shows them a percent instead of them dividing it out for them.